It's your girl Adri 404. Adri, love yourself 404 back in the building. I just came to give y'all a quick message. You know, it's so much going on in the world, and it's just so sad that people are putting people down for trying to live out their dreams or trying to do something different, something that they wouldn't even be able to do because they're so into themselves. When you step out of yourself, you'll be able to see so many things and you'll be able to relate to different people, situations. And I just feel like, it's so much hate going on in the world right now to where people don't even understand why they hate on you or why they doing what they doing or how they feel what they feel. They don't even know how they feel that. They just feel it. And it's sad because you're so focused on the next person and you're wasting your energy with hate on the next person. You're hating on the next person and you're wasting your energy. And what is that leading you? Where is that getting you in life? Is that getting you to a place where you know you need to be? Are you succeeding by hating on the next? Be honest with yourself. Can you really be honest with yourself? Does hating take you further in life than where you already are? No, it doesn't. If you ask me, I ain't never been a hater, and that's not it's just not in me to hate on the next person. I always congratulate people when I see them up and in life. It's always a blessing to see certain people succeed. It just motivates me to want to do what I'm supposed to do and what I love to do. And I want to be this is what I want to do. I want to be an advocate for people who's just like me, who are afraid to speak out, who are afraid of not afraid necessarily, but who doesn't sometimes we just don't have the right tools or, motivation within us. And I just want you guys to know that it took me a lot to get right here in this situation to where I'm able to be on this camera and talk and try to relate to you guys and just try to get my messages out in affirmation and self-love and uplifting you guys. It took me a lot to get to this space. And I applaud myself. I pat myself on the back because anybody who knows me, literally knows me, grew up in my household type know me, they know that this person that's on this camera today and the person 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, ooh, even 7 years ago was not this person that I am today. And I appreciate God for allowing me to be who I am because He took the time. He literally took the time and took almost everything from me, and He's molding me into this new person that I love. I love being who I am. Today has been a learning experience. I had so many crazy things happen today, but I just knew if I gave them my energy, if I gave negativity my energy, I would be knocked off track. And that's not going to happen because there's so many good things in store for me. Why would I waste my energy on the negative when I have positive coming right around the corner? You know what I'm saying? So we have to affirm these things. We have to be willing and ready to stand up to the negative. And sometimes standing up to the negative is not even paying it no mind and blessing people. Blessing people for they know not what they do, even if they do. Like I had this you can tell she had mental issues and I wanted to talk to her, but she wasn't in a state of being talked to. She didn't You can tell when a person don't want to be talked to by the things they're saying, by the things that they're doing. In the last message I in the last video I've done, we affirmed that people we are all in control of our actions and we are in control of us, our actions and our in ourself pretty much. So I just knew that she did something that was out of line, and who I was back then, like 5-10 years ago, probably would have popped off at her. But you know what? Me knowing that she's mentally unstable and she needs help, I stuck around for a minute and I talked to my sister. I talked to my sister about it because it really bothered me. It bothered me how people are so nonchalant to what they do and they really don't care. But when you know a person is suffering from mental illness, it's a whole nother ball game you dealing with. that person is unaware of what she's doing. She could be aware physically, but spiritually, she can't be unaware. She can't be aware of what she's doing spiritually. She has no guidance. So I couldn't really bash down on her and tell her how I felt because I would be stepping out of my positive, stepping into the negative. So I stuck around her for a minute. Excuse me, I'm tongue tied because it was just so baffling. I stuck around for a minute, and I just talked to God in my head, and I talked to my sister, and with the help of her and God, I just let it go. Something just told me to leave it alone. Pray for her because she knows not what she do, and she's not where you are mentally. And that's where I felt bad because people are really suffering from mental health, and it's at an all-time high. People are really suffering from mental health, and it's not even funny. Like, and the only thing certain people are so used to doing to people like that is putting them down even further than what they are, and it's just not fair. So I had to take the time and just pray for her because that could have been me. That could have been me if I just was who I was. I could have just lost my mind. I could have just lost everything that I'm gaining right now. But God didn't set me up like that. He set me up to be a learning advocate and then a teacher. I am a teacher. I'm a teacher from my own experience. I can teach people from the things that I've been through. So seeing her was just a reflection of my childhood, seeing other people who had those type of issues and didn't have an outlet, didn't know where to go, didn't know who to turn to. So I just had to stick around and I prayed for her. And then it was another incident. You see, when you positive, it's so many things that are going to be coming after you, and the devil will send any and everybody to come after you. Another incident. I'm walking past a man, and he's like saying all these crazy things, but a real man would acknowledge me as a queen, the queen that I am, because I carry myself as such. I don't carry myself like lower than what I am. I am at a frequency where my frequency is high. My vibrations are high. My spirit is high. So I don't carry myself lower than what I know who I am. And when you walking in divine, when you walking in your divinity, you are supposed to know who you are. You grasp on who you are. You grasp who you are. So he was just saying all these unpredictable things, and just me being who I was, I just looked at him, and I blessed him. God bless you. And when you bless people, sometimes they don't even know what to say after that. They don't know what to say. So I encourage you, when you facing negative and you facing adversity and you facing the devil and his advocates, bless them and watch their reaction and watch what they do. Sometimes people correct themselves. Like, he came back and he corrected himself. I'm sorry, young queen. I didn't mean to come at you like that. I know that you're a young queen, and I apologize. And I accepted it because he came correct. In the beginning, he came totally off. But when a person come, I was gonna cuss. When a person come correct, you can't do nothing but respect it. When a person tell you the truth, you can't do nothing but respect it. That's why I do. One thing I do, I love people who can keep it real. Keep it real about everything. I hate a person that's in the closet and that's in the dark. Like, if you can walk in your reality, if you can walk in your truth and your realness and who you really are, those are the type of people I love being around, you guys. Because those are the type of people who want something, who actually could stand against adversity. When you walking in truth and you walking in your light, you could stand against anything. You can stand against anything and you can defeat anything, you guys. Trust me. I'm going to get more into who I am, into where I came from. But right now it's just about these devils that's been sent my way today. So after he said that, I told him God bless him again. And he said it. He said it back. God bless you too. And I apologize again. You have to, you see, being an adult and just being a person, being an adult more so, you have to take accountability for your actions. You have to be willing to accept the fact when you're wrong and when you're right. When you're right, there's no need to you don't have to boast. You don't have to put on a show. If you know who you are, leave it as that. People ain't gonna respect you because they're not on the same frequency as you. You can't expect everybody to respect you because you have self-love, you love yourself and you love who you are. You can't expect people to be on the same wavelength as you because they don't know who they are. They must not, they lack self love. They lack self knowledge. So in these times, just pray for people, especially around the holidays. It seems like people start turning up around Christmas because things ain't going right in their lives. And with all this corona stuff and all these extra diseases and all this, people are just afraid of being who they really are. People are afraid of the what ifs. When you stop worrying about the what ifs and you focus on tapping into who you are and you focus on self love and you focus on affirming yourself and affirming your ways of living, watch how things get better for you. Watch how the things that used to affect you negatively, watch how you walk through them not even being affected. Watch, pay attention, and pay attention to yourself because you are in control of your actions and you are in control of what comes out your mouth. When you can control that and you see the difference in who you was from here until from then, come on y'all, you winning. When the devil sees you trying to be different and you don't backslide messing with him no more and you don't go hang out with little Pookie and little Ray right now, things get so much better for you. He gonna keep coming at you because he gonna keep trying to he gonna keep trying to get you down on his level. That's his job. He's here to tempt us. He's here to help us backslide. And God watches it because he wants to see if we learned from what we've been through, if we are who we really say we are. We could say, oh, I affirm this and I am who I am and I self love myself and I do this and I do that. But can you really stand against adversity? Can you stand against negativity? Excuse me, y'all. Tongue tied. Can you stand against it? Can you stand against it? And you don't have to be all hostile. You don't have to fight. You don't have to put your dukes up. You don't have to go, you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, get all body and roddy and get ratchet. You don't have to do that. When you know who you are, the true queen and kings that you are, you'll know how to handle things better. You'll know how negative things, you know how not to allow negative things to affect you in certain ways. And the things that used to affect you, you should be laughing at it because it doesn't affect you anymore. People can bring up my past all day long. And guess what? I'll sit there and I'll laugh with it because I am not that person you think I am anymore. And it be, let's keep it real. It be the people that know you the most that be trying to get you to backslide. Come on, let's do this. Come on, let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. That's not me. I never been the type of person that just like to hang out and go out unless it was with people I can trust, people I loved. And sometimes you can love a person and can't even trust them. But people I've grew up with, my sisters, I can trust them. You know, I can trust them to have my back. I can trust them to know that anything happens, I would be okay with them, you know? But you guys, we have to really start paying attention to things and how we react to things. And it's going to be a lot of hate when you start paying attention to yourself. People are going to notice it. People are going to see the change in you before you see it. And the only thing you can do is keep affirming yourself and keep correcting yourself. And when they bring up your past, you tell them, Jesus dropped the charges. I want y'all to say that with me. Jesus dropped the charges. When they bring up the stuff that you used to do and what you did to them and what you used to say to them and how you was, you tell them Jesus dropped the charges. Y'all feel me on that? Jesus dropped the charges. No, for real. Y'all need to affirm that in the spirit and in today's society. Just affirm so many things that you want. Affirm yourself because we are kings and queens and we're supposed to be running this. We're supposed to be running this with each other, not against each other. And that's a downslide. That's a downfall for us all. We so busy judging people for their mental health and for what they don't have and their self lack and their self love list, not loving themselves enough. Like, come on, you're supposed to be uplifting me, bruh. You're supposed to be uplifting me, sis. So I encourage you guys to pay attention to your actions and to pay attention to who you're becoming. Because once you start becoming a new person, you start becoming new because we all can be renewed. Come on now. Jesus died for us to be renewed. But once you become renewed in the spirit, you can become renewed physically, but that ain't gonna last because you have to tap into your spirit to be renewed. So once you become renewed in the spirit, I promise you, you guys, things are going to be so different and you're going to look at things that you used to look at with a positive outlet. The negative things that you used to look at, you're going to look at it with a positive mind and you're going to know how to deal with it. You're going to know how to deal with it. You're going to know how to deal with people who try to bring you down. You're going to know not to be around those people. You're going to know because you're going to feel the vibes when you're pay attention to the frequency that you on too. Pay attention to your frequency and your light and your energy. It all wraps around in self-love, uplifting yourself, encouraging yourself. But pay attention to that. When people see that you ain't on the same frequency that you used to be with them, they gonna hate. They gonna hate you. So I encourage you and I pray that you affirm these things in your spirit and pay attention to yourself and pray for discernment. Pray for discernment because it's once you see who isn't for you and what's not for you, because God gonna reveal it to you as long as you're praying in the spirit for it. He gonna give it to you. He gonna affirm it for you. He's gonna show you. He gonna show you. And you guys, I pray for each and every one of y'all. Because at the end of the day, when we up and in our spirits, when we leveling up, it's gonna be so many just negative things coming for you. It's gonna be so many negative things trying to put you down. It's gonna be so many no's, but just be. Let me keep it real with you. People could say no, but God always says yes. Especially if you're doing what you're supposed to do. God always will say yes to his babies. Anything that you ever want, go to the Lord for it. If you want self-love, you ask God to give you the time and the mind frame to love yourself better. That's what you affirm. You affirm that in your spirit and don't allow the world to bring you down. Don't allow things that the labels that society puts on us. Don't allow it to affect who you're supposed to be because it's just a label. Labels can be thrown away. I want you guys to affirm this in your spirits today. And I want you guys to love yourselves more. I want you guys to know that you are worthy and you are loved. And when you start noticing the difference in yourself, shifting from negative to positive, watch how things change and be aware of your actions. Be aware of how you react to the negative. Don't feed in the negative. Pray for those who need prayer because we all need it. Pray for people. Instead of putting people down, pray for them. And just because you love yourself and you tapped into yourself and your frequency is a little higher than the next, don't mean you better than nobody. Because we all the same. Some of us is just more intelligent than the next. Some of us is just more blessed than the next. And some of us are just more, have more than other people. And that's just the way things go. But as long as you have goals and you are affirming yourself, you are affirming yourself each and every day, and you're not allowing people to put you down, and you're not allowing people to take advantage of you, and you're not allowing people to do you what you wouldn't do to them, things gonna get better for you. Affirm yourself, protect your spirit, protect your spirit and your frequency, because there's some evil ass energy suckers out here in the world. So I pray that y'all protect yourselves and understand that when you tap into self, it's going to be a lot of negative coming your way. It's going to be a lot of negative coming your way. But I promise you, the positive is right around the corner. So don't feed into the negative. I love you guys so much. And just remember this too. When people bring up your past, you tell them what? Jesus dropped the charges. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Stay safe and stop judging each other, because we are all the same. We are all just on different frequencies and on different waves. So I encourage y'all to be who you want to be. Grab your pencil and your pen, your paper, and you set yourself some goals for this coming year, and you knock them goals down, and watch how everybody try to be your friend. And then that's when you know who not to mess with and who to mess with. When you're praying for discernment, make sure you're praying for discernment when you're making them goals, because God gonna show you everything you need to see, and He gonna show you in the spirit. So I just want y'all to know I love you guys. I'm gonna be praying for y'all, and every time I fight off these negative energies, I feel good about it, and you should too. Don't feed in the negative. Keep it pushing, and tell them motherfuckers that be bringing up the past, God dropped the charges. Jesus dropped the charges. Y'all have a blessed day. Good night. I'm gone. This your girl, Adri Love Yourself 404, back in the building. I'm now exiting the building. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a blessed night. Be good to each other. Treat each other as you want to be treated. And remember, Jesus dropped the charges. Bye, y'all.